funny thing, as the
Okay,
first
guys.
pick comes through here, it's
Pertandingan
Joy.
Apbr
But
sa
about the
Praja
playstyles, 'cause we're already going to
Langit,
point a lot of
lawan
attention on
Onic,
gold lanes
guys.
here. And
Onic
that's the
kaya
thing,
guys,
though, is
Kan Onic biasa
the
guys.
playstyle, sometimes
Kita
they pick
mulai.
similar heroes.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
hero pool is the same. They both play
Pero
Claude.
pick
They
dulu,
both
guys.
can
Yeah.
play Brody. Now, I will say, of course, Kelra has experimented, I feel like, a little more. Obviously, even the
With the
Freya
Freya.
pick
That's right.
pops up. But essentially, even if they play the same heroes, they still have that shining playstyle of them,
Yeah.
which makes it so
Tonton ya,
fitting
Mas
for the
Bro.
team they're on
King
here.
Kong,
So,
Australia.
swing back for
Fredrin.
Onic. What are we feeling? Fredrin.
Yeah, feeling Fredrin or Barrett's for Onic.
See value in me?
This is the Fredrin. Maybe
You should.
an Angela, actually. To snag it. Or a Minotaur.
First rule around here,
Or the carry.
break all the rules.
Okay,
Break all the rules.
Red carry.
77%
Red
contention rate. Carry,
Okay.
also for Keller as well.
Angela looks good for AP Brain. Also, flex pick can be played by few. And immediate Roger. All right.
Wow, this draft is getting so much quicker than I
Okay.
expected.
There's the Angela that we talked about. I wonder if Onic are considering getting the Louis special that they're doing because Super Friends is just so good at that hero. But maybe they'll just go back somewhere along the lines of a Valentina. Maybe not in this
Orang
particular
dunia,
pick.
guys, ini guys.
Maybe along the way. But Valentina is definitely going to be considered by Onic. They go Vexana.
Juara
Still,
This
starting
is
with a V.
weird. This is very weird for me because there's already a Joy and a Roger, two
Yeah.
heroes that can dive, and then there's the Angela. This is a weird decision from Onic, honestly.
You would have rather seen them take the Valentina, so
Yeah.
at least they could have had a heart guard even, you know,
could be-
in a way.
Yeah.
But-
Giveaway, guys.
Again,
Ayan, guys.
Vexana is great when that Vexana is paired up with two tanks so that I can sit back and when there's no assassin-esque kind of hero from the enemy.
Yeah.
Because you want to really just sit back and Super Friends now having the Vexana, you're going to be facing up against either Roger Angela or Joy Angela. You don't want to be in that spot.
Yeah, this gives out so much vulnerability even through the back line as well.
Let's hear from the crowd. Make some
Oh,
noise for
okay.
yours truly.
Again, the fact that you have the Fredrin picked up here, you saw the graphic
Yeah.
for King Kong. We know that you have to remember, too, if you guys haven't watched so much of Onic Philippines games, King Kong is specifically, even if it's a Fredrin, he plays it like an assassin for the
Yeah,
most part. Like,
that's
he's probably one of the more
man.
calculated, aggressive type players on a Fredrin that I can think of. So, and with that,
Pag-easy.
I mean, taking a look at this too, the most first
Top
blood
two,
kills,
Bartizi.
Kyle Teasy.
Top
He's
Yep.
number 1 here.
gem.
Wow.
And Gem.
Four
also
first
Gem.
blood.
Oh, the tie. Yeah, it's tied.
Almost
It's
first
tied to
mob.
4 and
That's
Edward goes
interesting.
top
Ball.
2.
Itu pertama.
Or just the Kaja. There is a chance that AP Brand just picks up the Glue or the Thames. So either of those two heroes might be picked up by Onic. But knowing Onic, they might just go for something like a Terizla for Mr. Gem himself. And then they just last pick the Escalera hero. Just, swing it around. Without the Kaja, though, there's still the Minotaur that they can pick up. So I'm thinking Minotaur Terizla for Onic as their last two picks. And AP Brand, I will not be surprised if they pick up something like a Glue. And then another tank hero,
There's the Terizla.
Terizla.
Rival, guys. XP,
Usually
guys.
what you pick up for AP Brand is
Terizla.
Thams or Glue, like I said. And then they're going to be looking for another tank, perhaps, for Ogwen. So that they can supplement this Joy. Or something with the wave clear. Maybe they put the Angela on the roam roll and maybe
Oh,
pick
you
up a
think?
Lilia, actually.
Yeah, I feel like if they went that way, I mean, you're really relying on
Onic.
obviously the shielding,
PH,
the heals
yeah,
that you
PH,
get,
guys.
sustainability. I would like to see them go a little more on the durability route, like you talked about. Terizla's going to be picked up
Tonton
here
ya,
on the
guys,
other
yeah.
side. So for AP Bren, what are you
Yeah.
thinking?
Faramis, maybe? Actually, still open. Faramis Glue.
Faramis glue.
Yeah, or Faramis Thams.
You got the glue, but you get the ruby. I like this though because, again, I feel like they needed some of that
68.
kind of extra durability on
Oh,
this
glue,
lineup.
guys.
They-
Glue.
they-
Udah nonurti
you
yang
can't completely
Paem
rely
Omega
on those
kemarin.
heals or that shielding from Angela. You have that, and now this can help you kind of pair things up really well with set potential. But I still
Yeah.
feel like Onic Philippines, given the 4 first picks that they have right now as we wait for the 5th,
Yeah.
I'm liking the lineup they have.
Yeah, it's a great
Exactly.
combination as well. Because you were talking about earlier that there's so much dive from the first 3 picks of AP Bren, and this complements everything. You have a way to pull out the carry, you have a way to force out ultimates out of this Vexana. So the last pick could still be a changer. And
A Franco.
Not expecting that.
Absolutely not. But the thing with Franco is that you have a lockdown against the Joy. It's a traditional counter, right? Back in MPL Season 11, across all of the MPL regions, they let go of the Joy, but pick up the Franco for sure. I still like the lineup for AP Brendo. I think it's more, I guess, easier to pull off.
Yeah.
And this glue is absolutely going to be a problem for Onic.
yeah.
Okay, well, let's do this real quick as we dive more into the lineups. Again, we want to invite everyone to let us know who you think is going to win the series over on YouTube. Remember, on YouTube, hashtag APBrand or hashtag Onic. You have a chance at winning 1,000 diamonds. And for you guys watching on TikTok, don't forget the goodie bag. That'll be on the upper left corner. So give it your best. You'll see the lineups here once again. Leading into this, Wolf, you told us you like the lineup of AP Bren. You think it can work really well. OSX, are you going with Onic?
Right now, I'm going with maybe AP Bren, because I would love a challenge with how Onic Philippines would actually pull this draft off.
Well, we're going to find out here as we jump into the land of Dawn, the superstar match of the day. The battle of streaks and the battle of the gold standards here. It's AP Bren and Onic Philippines. Let's take a look at how they're going to set up this early game rotation, because we know that's really where it's going to start here. And, we can wait to kind of compare what's going on with the gold lane. Now, with this lineup and these two kind of junglers, who's going to be more of the aggressor here, Wolf, as we also take a look at the emblems?
Should be Fredrin. The Joy is naturally just a hero that farms. And Escalera already making it difficult for the Joy to farm. You can see some of the resets. Not literally on the map right now, but that is literally what happened in the orange buff for Caltese.
We've seen a bit of an advantage there from the gold lane, from Kelra, and as well as for Super Marco. I think this is the matchup that you're all looking for. How will you deal? But Iron Hook connected to the first blood. Few goes down, and Escalera takes the first kill.
Okay, so they're already off to a start here.
Yeah.
Onic on the board, that's good. Real quick, too, I wanted to ask, because I know this was a question even from last week. Why the support emblem here for the Fredrin? Because I know we've had a couple different instances where that is picked up, right? And so, and I don't think many do this, as the gold laners kind of battled out here, but why is that? Is that just for the regen?
Definitely about the regen. That's usually about it. And most importantly, cooldown reduction. One thing that's really underrated about the support emblem is the cooldown reduction. And I think that King Kong is going in for, he wants to maximize skill 1 and also the ultimate. Already low cooldown ultimates, but if you add compound that with some of the other CDRs, that means that you constantly just stun your opponents. And then Impure Rage works so much against when it comes to being reliable in the damage output. The early stages.
Prince, okay, he's already gonna
Eternal Guard
gets that out of there, but Turtle's now up, so that's gonna just go in the hands of Onic Philippines. They're off to a great start here against AP Bren, and with this little minor lead they have, this could set them up for a lot of success going into the mid game. Even they just have to kind of control the pacing right now.
Yeah, we were kind of questioning how will the backline be an important way to be accessed by AP Bren, but so far the pressure in the XP lane has become a slow pattern that Onic Philippines is developing.
One thing that we haven't talked about is this is a Roam Angela in a mid lane Ruby. So that's one thing that you have to take note of. Maybe we kind of missed that because usually when we see Ruby Angela, Angela is going to be position 4. But this time it's Few holding onto the Ruby. That's why he was able to take out Super Fins. And I believe that Few will be farming a little bit here as the Ruby. Don't expect this Ruby to be very tanky. Expect it to have a lot of spell vamp. And he's going to supplement the damage in the early stages for the team.
Yeah, well, as you saw there too, Ogun, first one of the season to reach that 100 assists. He's got 102 right now, so we'll see how he plays into this Angela. And the fact that both teams have a focusing mark emblem as well could actually turn some of the tides of these early skirmishes, and then later on when we get to these more lengthier fights towards the Lord fights, that small percentage, what is it, 6% I think it is, could help in some of those initial fights.
Oh,
Right
dapat
hook connecting to
lu.
one.
Oh my God.
That is
As I was
few
saying.
going down. That's the second
Dua kali
kill
maganya,
of
guys.
Onic Philippines. Invading the jungle as well. Purple not going to be left alone. Kyle T's looking for a way to retribution. This objective, Ogwen popping on the string, connecting to one. Immobilize King Kong. Kyle TZ looking for a way to steal this. No, he did not get it. King Kong steals the purple right away. That's the taunt Kyle TZ might be trapping through. That's the penalty zone connecting to one. That's the hard gun. Will be enough. No, it won't. Gem secures the kill. Fap TZ though.
Apakah
On the
ini
mid,
akan
on the fly
turun
behind enemy lines, right in
guys.
front. Now taking all the damage.
double
Gem,
kill.
another double kill for the Onic Philippines.
Wow. Onic
Masa
Philippines
yun.
striking hard
Yeah.
here against AP Bren. And the great pickoff even from Escalera. As I was just saying, the focusing mark. And when you pair that with the
guys.
Iron Hook and you get that immediate burst, it helps this early in the game.
very good -1 coming up. Look at Escalera going in for Super Marco. Super Marco will be missing some of the cards up top.
Kunci.
What a good
Flicker.
player.
Dapat
Bloody Hunt
mati
connecting
dia,
to one.
guys.
Super Marco will be trapped. Escalera, another kill for Onic.
Wow. And now you're looking at Onic just pummeling up top, denying 2 gold cards away from Super Marco. At
that's
this point,
huge.
Kelra is above 900 gold over Super Marco.
A carry, 900 gold at this point in time.
As we said, this is going to be the battle of these gold laners. That's what we painted the picture here. And right now, it's Kelra. Even though he doesn't have specifically any kills on his board, he's got the 3 assists. But what matters is that he's scaling really well right now based on how this past 5.5 minutes have gone for Onic Philippines. And they're playing a huge part to it. So later on, we'll have to see if it's true, right? Can Super Marco really fit the bill for AP Bren as he had before?
Dapat
And
lagi,
even the
guys.
battle
Whoa.
for the resources.
Dapat
as they just
Another
continue to get
stolen.
taken.
King Kong, another purple taken away from Kyle TZ.
Yes. Really what you get from his support emblem coming out from King Kong is maximum uptime, obviously. One of the benefits of having that support emblem. Also that Impure Rage that deals significant damage in the early stages of the game. And you have to remember, the strength of the Fredrin is that all of his spells are spammable. If you think about it, like obviously with the cooldown reset as well. So that means that the extra damage that you get every time you use the Impure Rage, it's quite a lot. That's every 5 seconds that you deal adapted damage, extra adapted damage.
So let's take a look at it this way, because guys,
Ayo
we're not
nih, Yan
used to
itu, guys.
seeing AP Brent down by
Ingkong itu.
this much. I mean, it's not anything huge,
Makan terus,
3.7k,
guys,
but
makan
this
terus.
is usually uncharted territory
Oh,
for
sure.
AP
Yeah,
Brent
an
to be
early
in.
game, a great
This
early
early
game.
in, yeah. And so
Tapi karena dunia
where do
yakin deh
where
aku
do
sih.
they find
Nggak banyak
their
pengalaman,
moments of
guys,
success
di
here?
luar.
Look at the attention already, by the way.
Look at the gold
on that
lane.
gold lane.
Look at that goal in Kelra versus Super Marco. Look at the damage taking in. Look at that regen as well. Life
Mati,
steal.
ayo.
That's popping on the string, connecting to regen. Back Kelra. But Super Marco takes the kill.
So they trade. Super Marco gets a kill, another turtle taken. Lockdown though.
Iron Hook and the Bloody Hunt connecting to one. That's the Heart Guard. That's the EG
Ay.
connecting on to 3. That's Flap TC coming in from the back. He goes down. King Kong. Another kill for Onic Philippines. And that's just 1-1. And
Pengen
they're
lebih.
looking for a way to open the map of AP Bren.
Apa sih itu dia?
Still minions. Minions still here, but the burst coming in from Super Friends. Really good wave clear. And pressure as well.
Amazing plays coming out from AP Bren. And I'm only saying that because of the situation that they're in. Still, Onic, pretty strong. Almost taken out Kyle TZ, but the hard guard was there. But you have to also take note that Flap TZ jumped to 5 members of Onic without having his ultimate up. So
Yes.
that's why he got melted.
Just
That's-
got melted so quickly
Yeah.
for glue, man. I mean, maybe he thought, there was going to be a kind of counter punch there, but right now they're struggling, and they have to continuously dodge these hooks as well from Escalera. And it's funny too, because when you think about the way that Escalera's been playing in the previous weeks and everything else, he's been picking up those aggressive roams, like for
The
example,
Arlet.
the Arlot in the roam. And this time he's got to be a little more, I guess, calculated when you have a Franco. Again, he's only been picked up one other time for the season. I believe this is the second time Franco's come to play.
Yeah.
But in a similar fashion, when that flicker is available, Escalera is making those decisive decisions to go in.
Speaking of
keep the
decisive,
setup.
it's the Iron Hook, another bloody hunt,
mati lagi.
and the ultimate just
Udah
bursting
kill.
through two members of AP Bren.
Onic,
And
guys.
they've been caught by
Langsung dua
surprise.
dapat, guys.
Onic takes a turret as well.
Wow.
I feel like
Onic-
I'm just calling things, guys, and
Yeah.
it's happening. So oh man.
Iya,
the Onic group up. This is like a RSG version of the a faster version of the Death Ball or RSG of back season 9. And if you look back at all of the teams that are doing this,
Usah ini,
Onic really
Apbr
stands out as a great tempo team where
Pascal, Onic
they
nih,
eventually
oh.
just group up as 5 and they just ram through their opponents.
Man, and this most likely is
Oh,
just going to be a
whoa.
Lord
Whoa,
for them as well.
if that connected, that would have been crazy. But this Lord freely gets by King Kong. Another objective for Onic Philippines. No orange or purples left in the camp of AP Brand. We're going back for a replay.
We're taking a look at replay at the possibility of what could have happened there. Or let's take a look at this. Okay, this is earlier on where you see that setup. As I was talking about
Wow,
Escalera, with that conceal, gets
Wow.
the hook,
Tarik.
boom,
Ulti.
dead.
Dah.
That's the focusing mark,
Okay.
the additional damage. And now with this, Onic Philippines finding themselves in a huge lead at this point. 10 minutes in the game, they're going to get a ton of more space to work with. And possibly, I mean, with this kind of lead economically, they should be able to get one of these base turrets down as well. AP Bren, though, defense-wise, Wolf, how's it looking?
Not that good. They don't have long range burst on the defense. It's really not good. That's all I wanted to say.
It's not pretty as that mid turret
Unless
worked on.
Escalera, another with the Iron Hook with the
Wow,
flicker.
that-
EG
okay.
combo, two-man knock up with the turtle guard.
Mati
Now
yun.
burst with the follow-up. Kelleher takes down Flap. Another one goes down with the follow-up with the burst here onto mid. Kyle
Oh,
TZ
no.
falls again. That's two. Onic Philippines in the base of AP Brand right away. And another hook will not connect to few. Looking for a way to defend this turret down bottom. Minions pushing in. Another hook by Escalera right in mid. Flap tees the first casualty, but still another one looking for it to defend this. Another one! An iron hook from Escalera! And now Supermark wants a way to revenge. Another kill, that's two.
Oh,
Looking for it to
double
be pulled back. Now Hard Guard looking for it to
Mati.
defend and surprise and also recover
Mati,
from
bro.
those burst damages. AP Brand will now go back to defend.
Well, can they hold on to this last turret in the base? Looks like they're going to be able to, but what a power play from Onic Philippines right now.
Yeah. King Kong still spamming the hell out of this Fredrin. How can they defend with this kind of lead?
It's
How?
gonna be difficult. It's very noticeable now that the damage output from CalTZ is not a problem at all for Onic.
Yeah.
With all the Radiant Armors, Dominance Ice also picked up. And then at this point, the Vexana that we're talking about that will struggle from dive because of the Roger as well as the Angela Joy now has the Winter Transient. So Onic Philippines, even their weakest link, I would say, Super Fritz, is no longer weak at all.
Yeah. Well, once again, as we're here in this little stalemate part of the game, I want to remind everyone watching on TikTok, keep an eye for the goodie bag on the top left. And all you guys watching on YouTube, let us know with the hashtag APBrand, hashtag Onic, which team you think is going to win for a chance at 1,000 diamonds. Don't forget when you do the hashtags, guys, on YouTube, that you include your user ID as well as your server ID to top it off. Now, Lord comes here. It's spawned up. AP Bren massively behind in terms of the economy for this game. And look at this already. Onic wants to even just try to cut them off, possibly. Will they let King Kong work on this Lord here? So AP Bren, tough decision. 2 base turrets down. They have to keep someone managing the waves as well as dealing with this possible fight, but they might not even be in
There's a push.
a position
There's a wave.
to fight this.
Yeah, they show. I mean, Onic knows that the Joy is so far. They can burst the Lord now and take it for their own.
Oh, this
AP Brand is trying to contest this. King Kong secures the objective. Now Flap TZ taking the Terrify out. That's a flicker. 3-man penalty zone. Went on to 3 of AP Brand. Now Keller takes the damage. No, gives out the damage. Now Few being chased down by Keller. He won't be able to escape this one. That's a double for Keller. Now King Kong looking for a way to spam out of Super Mario. That's the burst following up from this Vexana
Oh,
Super
look at
Prince. Look at Eska from the mid. Look at from the mid. There's so much happening right there from the base and from the mid. But Onic Philippines eyeing on
no.
the space, locking
Minions.
on the crystal. And for
Oh,
the first
Kalah,
game,
aduh,
Onic
Kalah.
Philippines takes this one.
The super family, the super team will draw first blood in the series of streaks, the series of gold standards here. Taking one from AP Brand to start off the series. What a
Anjay,
game!
keren.
And that last
Okay,
pick to
guys.
Franco